Yo, what's up, good people? What's up, good evening? Yo, I am the homie D.Coze. This is my good brother here,
Mike.
Yeah, me, and we'd like to welcome you to Talk It Out,
Yes, sir.
the podcast where we see you, we hear you,
We got you.
we got you. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, just real quick, y'all, make sure you know that this podcast is brought to you by the Minds and Motion Therapeutic Services, y'all. Please check them out at mindsandmotiontherapy.org, based out of PG County, Maryland. We love it. We love it. And y'all can check us out on minds_in_motion on Instagram, therapy on Instagram. So it's gonna be a good time. Let's do a quick check-in, bro. How you feeling, man?
I'm tired, my brother.
Tired?
I'm tired, my brother. But I'm doing good though, man. All in all,
like
everything. No complaints, man. I can't call it, bro. How about
Yeah.
you,
man? Okay. I'm rested now. I was tired though. I spent the weekend in Houston for the Sigma Conclave. And well, not for the Sigma Conclave, but they were there too. I was there with them. But man, Houston owes me nothing. What? It is all right, and we're done for the night. So we but I had a good time, but I definitely slept for 2 days when I got back. Bro.
Y'all was lit.
Litty. It was a good time, man. It was a good time. But no, I'm doing good, bro. Spent some time with my daughter today. Taught her how to drive a little bit. We're there. We're there at that point. You know what I'm saying?
That's a scary feeling, bro.
So listen, we in the car. Y'all, we're gonna get to tonight's episode, but give me 1 second. Let me tell you this story. If you never taught your child to drive, I like it, but I've never clearly not taught her to drive.
Oh, this was her first time behind the wheel at all.
Yeah, so she was like, yesterday, she was like, Dad, I think I want to go driving. She's been talking about driving. She's 14. She's been talking about driving. And I'm like, why do you like? But then she gets honest. I like to drive too. So all right, today I was like, all right, how did I learn how to drive? Well, I think I was born with it, one. But for real, we used to go to the go-kart track a lot coming up. That was like a thing we did. So I took her to the go-kart track. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's good practice. It's safe. It's other people on the road. They flying by you. They trying to get around you.
And it's so fun at the same time.
It's fun, right? But I was like, so I told her, I said, we pulled her to the go-kart track. I said, so listen, this is, I think, my first instance with driving was at the go-kart. This is why I learned. It's good practice. It's people, you kind of nervous. Maybe you're not. So, you know what I'm saying? It's safe. It's practice. You do 8 laps. She on there first ride. She starts. She's real scared. And I'm like, why is she going so slow? Like maybe her machine broke, bro. What's up with her? Bro, she going slow. But by the 8th lap, she had gone around. She was passing people. So it was good practice. So then we pull up and we go to this little lot. And I'm like, all right.
It's a real thing.
All right, here we go. You know what I'm saying? We in that joint. We in the parking lot. We explain to her everything. We check mirrors. We talk about like how to get off the gas, turn. But we go. She ease. I'm like, all right, ease off. She ease off the brakes. She ease on the gas. We're going a little bit. I said, all right, turn. It's a little median in front of us, trees. I said, all right, baby, turn. Here she go. This her hands, y'all. I say, all right, turn. She said, I'm turning. Bruh, this is not, it's not a go-kart, bruh. Turn my car. So I said, stop, bruh. Phone failed. I said, listen, bruh, this is a car. I'm not playing. Don't crash my car, bro. So all that to say, we had a good time. So I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm actually a little, though, if I can bring it back, I am a little thrown off, though, bro. So about this whole Carly Russell situation.
See, I've heard about that. I've seen it on Instagram, but I know it was something involved with like she was chasing the kid on the highway. Details.
I got you. Here's the story. She says she's driving along this highway. Okay, she sees a kid driving on the road. Sees a kid like a toddler.
Where is this at? What state?
Right, somewhere down. I'm gonna come back. My bad, y'all. I forgot. I was hoping no one asked. Y'all know where it was. Stop playing. Alabama. That's where it's. Alabama. Hoover, Alabama. Ooh. So she pulls over. She asks, she calls the police. She gets out the car to engage with the kid. She's on the phone with a loved one. Then says the loved one reports that she screams and they lose contact. Phone is left. The car is left. The authorities get there because remember she called. The authorities get there and then there is no sign of her, the kid. So time out. Okay, all right, we timed out.
She's driving, allegedly.
No, she's definitely driving.
Okay.
She definitely driving.
Sorry, no, allegedly she sees this kid.
Legend. That's the ledge.
This is on a highway in Alabama.
On an Alabama highway.
All right.
Okay.
She pulls over, exits her car, gets on the phone, apparently follows a child to make sure they're okay, calls a family member. And they hear a scream, and then that's it. And cops pull up and don't see any sign of her or the kid, but find, is the car still there? Is the cell phone still there? Car's there, cell phone's there. Her stuff she had come from the store, like food was there, all this, but she's not there. None of that, right? 2 days later, 49 hours later, to be exact, she stumbles. She returns home on foot. Here's what she says happened. She see the kid. It's dark because they got video. It's dark. She see the kid. They say, pull over, put your hands up. I got my hands on. I'm following him. They say, have you talked to the kid? Nah. Okay. So imagine how old the kid look. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. It's a toddler. 3, 4. The kid got clothes on, a shirt, look like a diaper. Okay. Boy, girl. I think it's a boy. Okay. But you ain't got out the car to say nothing to the kid. Yeah, all right, cool. No problem. I don't know what happened, y'all, but this is what happened. They even eventually said that she followed the kid for like 600 yards. That's 6 football fields.
6 football fields. She said she gets out the car. She's with the kid. She hears a guy who mumbles, hey, I saw the kid too. Something like that, right? Like he's checking on the kid too.
On the same highway?
On the same highway. The same kid, same highway.
So he pulled over.
Came from the woods. Snatches her. Right? That's the sound she made. Makes her go like over a fence to a trailer, like a tractor trailer, like a 18-wheel. She said she could hear a woman too, but she hadn't seen a woman yet. And then the kid, of course. She had the dude had orange hair, a bald spot. I'm not making this up, bro. Bro, it's just a crazy story. The crazy part was like the stuff she searched on her phone. She searched stuff like how to take money from a register without being caught. She searched, you have to pay for an Amber Alert. She searched Birmingham bus station. She searched one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville with a departure date of July 13th, the day she went missing. She searched for the movie Taken. Bro.
Come on, son.
You don't even know how to like,
come on.
I'm not, listen.
Like this was her from
I'm
her
rooting
phone?
for you, Carly, but she searched from her phone early that morning, bro. But you said though, you heard
that small piece that I did here was that apparently, and I don't know how true this actually is. Apparently, she did this due to an ex-boyfriend and trying to gain some type of, I don't know, some type of attention from him, trying to get him back. I don't know if it was like oh my goodness, my ex is gone. Hey, I care about you. Let me give you a phone call. Let me check on you, make sure you're good. That was the only part of that I mostly
That's deep, bro. I didn't even hear that, but that's deep.
Now, I don't know how reliable that is. I don't know how true that is. That was just something I just saw while I was scrolling my Instagram.
It sounds real. But, you bringing up the idea of like the things people do in these relationship situations, and it does kind of lend us to thinking like about the craziest stuff that happens in relationships, you know what I'm saying? And from like our perspective, because we people clearly, but we're also like, we're professionals and we have these backgrounds. And like, I think that that's something to like really dig into.
Have you ever had an experience like that? Like, have you ever dated? Have you ever?
No, bro, I ain't never been kidnapped. Never seen no kid walking on the side of the street.
Not like that. No.
My bad. Sorry.
Have you ever like had a partner that will not go to that extreme, hopefully, but has done something along, within that ballpark?
So no, because I would never get that far, right? Because I don't believe crazy just show up. I feel like crazy leaks out. I feel like crazy leaks out, and I think you gotta know, attention. You gotta pay attention. Crazy is like bleach on a black carpet, bro. You gotta look for the spots, and it may not be a huge spot immediately, but I'm always, when I'm in any kind of situation, because I'm thrown off by extremes. Extremes are I'm afraid of extremes. You go to extremes, one or the other, I think it's unsafe, right? So I'm always looking at, I'm always just evaluating and assessing what happens I'm looking for dots. I'm looking for Clorox on the black sheets, bro.
Oh, the little things.
I'm looking for little things. And, certain things I think you can kind of like, but have I ever had anyone to that extreme? No, that would scare me, bro. That would scare me. And that if I'm not saying, listen, this is not about Carly no more. Carly, I'm glad you're safe. I hope it wasn't fabricated. If it is, I hope there's nothing that comes, because bro, it was a whole search, bro. FBI, Secret Service, bro. Well, maybe not Secret Service, but FBI, CIA. It was Secret Service. CIA. It was CIA. Other counties got involved. So I don't know if you catch charges for like falsifying this to this extent.
Like that's the same that happened with was it Jesse?
That's so. Oh, and that wasn't even this big. The exact same. That wasn't even this big. I feel like you had, bro. People was out here really committing crimes because the cops was looking for you. They had search parties. They had all this stuff, bro. So yeah. So I think, man.
Well, see, I think, especially dealing with like toxicity in terms of a relationship, that's a lot of times you see that mostly in young adults, mostly with kids just entering into college. I think the first relationship you get into college, that can be either really great or it can be really bad. And that'll kind of set the precedent for how you kind of view relationships at that point. Because when you go into college, that's like, all right, I'm done with the high school childish BS, but in reality, it's just a 13th grade that you're stepping into.
That's it.
It's not really that big of a difference.
That's it.
Except you just take high school and just put it onto a campus. But at the same time, when you get into a relationship, it's like, we kind of just adjust and adapt to how we think a relationship should be at that time, no matter if it's healthy or if it's unhealthy.
That's good. That's good. And I like how you said it, right? Like, it's this idea of like healthy relationships. But what you said to start that is really, I think, the crux of what healthy relationships have to start with. And healthy relationships have to start with healthy people. And I think, bro, listen, and maybe, I don't know if this is bad, but I just don't think most people are as healthy or healed as they think they are. 100%. They just haven't hit the right situation that pulls it out or makes it. But I don't think most people, especially us, and I say us because I think we experience the most trauma, right? Like Black and brown people experience the most trauma, Black and brown kids especially. And so I don't know that I think when we walk into relationships, we either don't know what we overestimate our health, our maturity, or know we're walking into something broken. But I think healthy relationships got to start with healthy people. And I just don't believe that most people are as healthy as they want to believe.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know for a fact, because my first college relationship was horrible. But I learned so much from what I should not do and what I should not accept.
I'm about to say horrible, because you or y'all, or was it both of y'all?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know a lot of people will say, man, my ex was crazy. They did this. But no,
she was crazy.
It was like a chemical imbalance. Like it was something wrong.
Yeah.
So long story with that. But I know back then I didn't have the same boundaries. I didn't know myself as well as I do now.
Yeah.
Especially entering into college. You think you know yourself.
Yeah.
Until something actually hits the fan, or you really you're put in a situation where it's like, okay, like I have to figure out a way to get out of this.
And you want to know yourself, right? You want to, because a part of that is part of that youth and young, and even as walking into adulthood, a part of the beautiful part of adulthood is the ownership of yourself.
Facts.
I can make decisions. I can tell myself and this and that. And for us, that's grown, and for us, that's mature. But it doesn't always translate well. And because we relate it to, or our reference point is grown means decisions. Grown means my mama don't do it or my daddy don't do it. I'm on my own. Grown means legal. But those things don't mean mature. It don't really mean grown for real, but it for sure don't mean emotionally mature, emotionally healthy. And then to take all that, if you're that, the other person is that, and to bring these super excited to be grown, but what is grown? What is emotionally healthy? When you bring those into a playing field or the ring with someone else, like it can become, to your point, a lot of people's college experiences with relationships are crazy, are wild. But not just in college, like to be real, like if you don't attend to the maturity or attend to the emotional health, you'll do this stuff into your 30s, into your later adulthood, right? Like, and so there has to be some commitment to, but how does that happen though, Mike? Like, who says to you and you hear it, hey, that ain't healthy, that's wild? I mean, we say it like, and then how do you hear that as a young adult, as an adult, period? Like, what do you think in terms of how hard is it for an adult to hear truth, receive truth that maybe they don't believe it? Like, how?
A lot of times, man, we know the truth, even if it's our friends telling us. It may hurt a little bit more. We may become a lot more intensified about that topic because we've talked to ourselves about that exact same topic before. We've told ourselves this is unhealthy. We told ourselves we do not need to be in this relationship. Oh, but I love him. Oh, but I love her.
And that's enough.
We can make this work.
We can make it work.
They have so much potential, which is something that we all love. It's like, all right, she's here, but in 3 years, man, if she just does this, if this changes, and it's like, no, you got to meet that person where they are at. And if they are not going to, where you would like to go, or if they're not showing any type of progress, then it's time to cut them off. But to answer your question, I'll go back to what you said earlier in terms of a healthy relationship means that healthy people are in it. In order to know that you are in a negative relationship or in a negative, unhealthy relationship, you have to know that. You have to be able to kind of trust your instincts and trust your gut, but you also have to have healthy people around you in terms of friends to say, hey, bro, Monique, that ain't it. That's not you, bro. Like, she's causing you stress. Y'all just don't mix.
You know what, bro? And that's so good, man. Like that community piece, that having people.
Got to.
What I recognize is we will tend to our physical health with a level of commitment to a certain extent, right? Like we'll go to the doctors. Yeah, maybe not often. Maybe not often.
Something's been bothering us for like
long enough.
18 months. It's like,
all right, finally I'll go.
Check that.
Don't do that, bro, because my shoulder been. All right, chill out. I just went to. It's been years. Years. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't judge your moms. Judge your moms. Judge your moms. But I say that to say we tend to. I don't estimate if I'm healthy. I ask my doctor.
Facts.
Because I don't know, right? Like I can feel good and not be healthy, right? Like I can eat what I want and not be healthy. So I go to a professional who assesses my levels, my numbers, my whatever, and I accept from them if I'm healthy or not. I don't accept it from me because while I'm me and I feel good, I also know that I am not the expert in physical health, right? I know that. Like,
but I know the expert on you.
I'm an expert on me, but also I don't know numbers, bro. I don't. My doctor be like, yeah. I'd be like, bro, I don't know what these numbers mean, bro. Right? And while I'm an expert on me, I think I'm an expert on me. I think, and I say that because I don't always think experience makes me an expert. I've been with me the longest. Doesn't mean I know me. Right? Because if I'm real, and it's also man stuff. Because men, I mean, you're with you, I'm with me all my life, right? But if I don't sit with me, converse with me, search me out, explore, don't mean I know me.
Facts.
Just because I'm living what I'm living, I'm experiencing it. But experience to me doesn't always mean expertise. But I say that to say, in the like manner, I think we overestimate or we estimate for ourselves our emotional health, but we do not doctor that. We 100%. Think we are emotionally healthy. We assess it based on us. I don't think we're experts on our emotional health. I think we know I think we feel it, and I think we experience it. But I don't always think let me say this. I don't always think that we know what healthy looks like. We can't define it for us. I don't always think we do. And so this is why, and this is coming now in my older age why I'm appreciative of mental health professionals who, for me, are the experts. Now, you and me together can kind of collaborate to know if I'm healthy or not emotionally or whatever, but not just me alone, maybe not just you alone either, right? And so I think those things go without for so long, and we become adjusted to behaviors that may seem normal, and so maybe normal is healthy, but maybe normal is not healthy, right? I smack you when I'm mad. I cuss when I'm mad. I break stuff in this hole when I'm mad, because that's what my mama did, and it's healthy because you shouldn't have did X, Y, and Z, right? But if it's normal health, you know what I'm saying? So I say it to say because I want to push this idea that therapy ain't always like to fix broken. It's to assess health and to make more healthy. You know what I'm saying? Just like the doctor. I don't go to the doctor because something broke. I go for checkups just for you to say, hey, you still good, or hey, don't drink less that.
So let me ask you this now. In terms of where you are today versus 10, 15 years ago.
Okay. Oof.
What do you think is a healthy behavior now that maybe you didn't see it that same way when you were younger, or what's an unhealthy behavior now that you used to think was healthy back in the day?
Yeah. So I had a thing about going. I had a thing about saying, like, in relationships. So one of the things I did was I kind of took everything for what it was, and I would always go, it's cool.
Yeah.
And not off some dismissive, it's cool, just off some, it's cool. It's gonna be all right. I mean, it is what it is. But I don't do that no more. Stuff don't be cool. We're gonna know it's not cool. I don't accept what ain't good for me no more. But I know what's not good for me. And that's not good. So it's not cool. And I'm not even gonna fake it like it's cool. We're gonna have a conversation, but like I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't, because I had right, but this all goes to like the self part, right? I had to learn. See, 10 years ago, I thought I was an expert on myself. And then 5 years later, I was like, I didn't know nothing about that dude. My bad. I didn't know nothing about that dude. And so I think what I recognize is, to answer your question a little more, I think what I recognize, bro, is that I would not want to, relationships mean a lot to me. Okay. In general, any relationship I'm in means a lot. Friendships, family, they mean a lot for me. And I had an issue with abandonment, right? That was one of my things, one of my things. And I ain't found out till later, but I had it since I was young, which is why I said about expertise, because I had it for years, but didn't know I had it. So how am I expert if someone's hiding? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. So I had an issue with abandonment. So I didn't want people to leave, no matter how uncool the situation was. I didn't want to leave because it felt like abandonment. That made me hurt, and I was still hurting from issues past that hadn't been resolved. Unhealthy I was, but I was living like I was healthy. But if I would have had a doctor who could have really assessed instead of me trying to assess it, right? So for me, that's one thing. Like things that are not good for me, I name them now. And I bring it up. I do not accept just anything because I don't want you to leave.
And that's so interesting, because I feel like it's a lot of couples that get into arguments and have these huge fights and disagreements and miscommunications because it's not the topic at hand that we're arguing about. It's what you're dealing with as an individual that you're bringing to the relationship. That's causing the issues in it. And so it's like
unhealthy.
Like, a very good, healthy communication skill is to actually separate when you feel like the conversation isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about this right now.
And that's what.
No, Bush. That's like real.
That's a rush. Yeah, exactly.
It's good.
And it is, and it's nothing wrong with that. No. It's not saying, hey, we're never talking about this topic again. It's saying right now this conversation isn't doing me justice. It's not doing you justice. We're not getting anywhere.
It's not going.
So let's separate.
Nowhere
a little
good,
bit.
at least. Nowhere
healthy.
Nowhere healthy.
separate for a little bit and come back when we're in a different space, when we're able to see things from a different perspective, when we're able to just kind of calm down a little bit. And that can, I didn't mean to say that when I said that, my bad.
Right.
But over the last 24 hours, I've been able to think about it a little bit more.
Right.
And I understand where you're coming from. Oh, bad. You just needed that 24 hours. We good now.
Take a break, bro. Please, y'all, take breaks. Because so I have a thing about, because when you know how they say, like, when you don't make decisions when you're like hungry, lonely, angry, in any extreme. This is why it's dangerous. Extreme emotion. Mm-hmm. This is why it's dangerous. And I learned this too, bro. I learned this with my daughter when she was young. My daughter, she didn't make me mad a lot. She didn't frustrate me as a kid, right? But there were times when I would be like, I'm gonna get you. When we get home, I got you.
The payback.
I got you. When we get home, wait till we get home. I got you. And we would have to ride home, right? And by the time I rode home, I didn't want to get her no more.
Yep.
In my mind, I'm thinking through it. Right? And I was like, what is this? What is this thing? Like, what happens when you are upset? You are upset. You are frustrated. You say your emotions take over, your logic leaves, or at least takes a back seat. And the thing is, we're not all emotion or all logic on purpose. There's got to be this balance, this optimal balance for times. And so I think that thing matters, right? And those are, like you said, those are things that we learn later, that if you didn't have people teaching or helping or even the understanding to know that you don't make a good decision when you're angry. Maybe y'all can't keep talking about this because you're going to say something crazy. And when you say something crazy, let me tell you, Mike, I don't care how mad you are at me, bro. If you say something crazy to me, I can't get over, like, where
I'm going to say something better.
Because you meant that. You meant that. I just had this conversation. So I did.
They were really all the time, though, because a lot of times, bro, and I
you don't get to say it.
I know what you say.
You don't get to say it,
bro. I understand.
You don't get, because that moment.
But a lot of times, if I go off on you, it is something that I'm dealing with. It could have absolutely nothing to do with you, but you want to catch these shots.
I don't care, because once I get shot, I'm done. You can be mad. But I think it is, but this is all relationship stuff, right? I tell my kids at work, this is one thing I tell them, and they're learning. This is why I love that we talk about this stuff, and at the job, we're teaching these things, because you can undo something beautiful in a moment that you're angry, in a moment that will pass. It's 100%. Going to pass.
100%.
You will not be mad, and it's going to pass. So to be reckless in a moment and destroy a lifetime is for me, that like, you got to know better than that.
I get 110% what you're saying.
I would rather I'm gonna shut up,
and
because relationships mean a lot.
But no,
I'm gonna just shut down.
And I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said, though.
Go ahead.
I read somewhere that to feel an emotion, to process it, to feel it, all of that takes 90 seconds.
Okay. To process it?
Everything.
Process it meaning what, bro? Meaning what?
I'm angry. This is why I'm angry. I'm pissed off. All of this. I can't believe this. All of that.
90 seconds.
90 seconds. I will send you the link to this joint. Anything after that, that is you putting effort into being angry, into being frustrated, irritated, all of that.
Here's what. Okay. I think the experience of an emotion can be 90 seconds. I don't think you can understand emotion in 90 seconds.
Yes.
Without.
I misspoke.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I can be angry, but I need to know why I'm angry, and that for me takes searching, because it ain't always the thing that happened.
It never is.
You see what I'm saying?
Anger is a secondary emotion.
Absolutely, right?
So you're feeling something before you feel that anger.
Right, which is why I said I disagree, because for me, that's processing. Processing is exploring this why.
True.
And I'm not doing that in the moment of, maybe now a little more I can back up from it and kind of be a little quicker, because I know, like, I've really spent a lot of time and, navigating. But like, yeah, I think that is, but people don't take that time a lot.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And I think that's the pressure that we feel, bro. So it's like,
that's good.
Even if we with our friends, and say, for example, if somebody bump up against us,
Don't say
as
that, bro.
Soon as we
somebody bumped us.
Catch
I'm gonna tell you the story. But go ahead. Nah, bro, come on, bro. We on the line, bro. Come on, bro.
As soon as we catch eyes after the dude bump into me, it's that 1 second where it's like, did he do it on purpose?
Yeah.
Did he not? Are my boys looking at me? What did they expect me to do?
There's
They're
a lot
gonna jump
happening.
in. He got
There's a lot happening.
It's so much.
There's a lot happening.
And in those couple of seconds, it's like, all right, I'm either gonna pop off,
yeah,
or I'm gonna chill out. Which one? And then it's like, if I chill out, I'm gonna look like a punk. But if I go all the way and pop off, I'll be justified in that moment.
Yeah.
And where could it go?
And where could it go?
And then later on, I gotta do with my boys. Hey, bro, like he bumped into me. My bad. I ain't mean to ruin the night. I know we locked up right now. We here though.
You locked up, nigga. Yo, I am going to have the bail money ready, but you are locked up. I can't get locked up, John. Sorry, I'm not working. Man, that's crazy. You got locked up. That is crazy. Somebody got to stay
Depending on
out.
the severity of the situation.
No boy, bro. This dude bumped. So we were at this spot in Houston. We're gonna get back to this conversation, y'all. But let me tell you a story. We get back to this. We're at Houston. We're in Houston. This dope spot. I think it's called Chapman and Kirby. Shout out to y'all if that is what it's called, because it was really dope. It's like day party brunch style, but it's packed and it's huge and it's packed. There's a lot of people in there. We're having a good time. So we know it's packed, right? We know it's packed. So I know I'm going to be brushed up against. I'm okay with the brushing. I'm okay with a little like, oh, my bad. I'm okay with that, right? Fellas, when you bump people, say my bad. It's okay. No one's mad because we know it's a lot of people. My bad, good brother. That's it. So a brushing, you ain't got to say nothing for a brushing. But if it's like a little boo-boo, my bad, good brother. That's it. Just say it.
Knock them off the path just a little bit.
Bro, so I'm there. We're close to the bar because that's where we are. It's this dude, strong dude, probably about 5'8", big, strong neck, strong looking dude.
A pit bull.
But he's drunk. Like he off like his energy is aggressive because I'm like a young lady. He was like touching on her. She was like, "Yo, get your hand off me. You're doing a lot." Like his energy was aggressive, but he hadn't interacted with us. So it was cool. He was very bumpy, but his bump. Yeah, I promise I'm not bro. I'm not exaggerating. Bruh's bumps were moving people, not like a little. Ooh, I'm talking about like a steps, bro. What's up? Steps. I'm getting step bumped. That's too much. And you just step bump me because what else did you hit? So turn around and say, excuse. I won't be mad. Just say, excuse me, my bad. He didn't do that. So I moved. But he kept bumping my homegirl. Now she little, about 5'4", little, getting thrown. So she kept moving after like 5-6 times. She was like, I say, so cool. I got you. Here I go. Words, yo, I'm chilling. Y'all, I'm chilling. I say, yo, bro. Hey, bro. What's up, bro? Hey, bro. Bro. Because he lit. He turned around. I said, bro, hey, if you could just watch your proximity. You bumping. We're close, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But like your bumps are hella bumpy, bro. Like you just moving her. She little. I said, bro, you big, you strong. You know, I'm trying to compliment the dude. Like you strong looking. You know what I'm saying? You kind of tossing her around. She all over the place. Like calm down, but like you know what I'm saying? Like if you could just be more aware.
He was out there setting pics on people.
No, legit, bro. Setting pics is really a good one. And so I think he took it well, and then but then it kept going. And I think in his process, maybe the alcohol, maybe he wanted to take it somewhere, but I wasn't even trying to do that. And here's how we process it in that moment, right? Like, all right, what is this worth? Because we fight. It's only 2 of them. It's 8 of us. We're gonna beat you up, bro. But we also got to run out of here real quick but we can't run because I don't want to get arrested in Houston. It's gonna be a great story to tell, but you know what I'm saying? So we had to he like, what we on, bro? You know, but this man got him. It was cool. But I say all that to say, like, I think again, bro, like it's just a matter of what becomes our default positions to our norms, right? And for me, at this point in life, those emotionally healthy conversations, those emotionally healthy questions that I ask to figure out my emotion, those things are more, they're more my default now. But at some point, maybe they weren't, right? And so I think, how do we how are those things even introduced to people? Like how does that become? Because I feel like that should have been his default too. But how do those things become our default so that I am not in the moment creating a lifetime of consequence for a moment of feeling? Mm-hmm. How does that happen? How do we do that?
That's a tough one, man. We got to do some self-work with that. And it depends on how you grew up in your examples as well. So if you were shown, all right, if somebody bump into you, this is what you do. If somebody got a problem at the club, this is what you do. You're taking what you heard through the rest of your life. So every time you have that encounter, you're going to come with that exact same energy because based off that conversation that you had when you were 15, probably too young to get into the club.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it kind of starts with us and us being able to notice that our masculinity or our, our manhood does not have to be tested by just that one moment, or it's not defined by that one moment.
It's so fragile. Bro.
It is.
People's masculinity, bros.
And people throw their life away.
Chill with y'all fragile masculinity, bro. But it's real, bro. It's so like things that are insecure, and things that are insecure, we often either you build an insecurity, you make it secure, or you overprotect it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like a kid is super vulnerable, right? A baby. So I overprotect my child because I can't make it less vulnerable right now. Right. I have to overprotect, right? I got to make certain all these pillows and stuff around the bed, so if they roll, they are good because they don't get it yet. And I think that's the same way with much of our masculinity is that we have fragile masculinity because it's insecure because it hasn't been taught to be secure. I get bumped. It's not a threat, bro. Bumped. My bad. Me saying my bad there's no threat to my masculinity apologizing. There's no threat to my masculinity and saying, babe, when you say that, I don't like when you say that. Can you not say that? Right. I don't have to go up to overprotect this part. I want to develop it so it becomes secure because those insecurities, those that lead, and again, this goes back to this statement of like healthy relationships begin with healthy people. Healthy people.
And yeah, I definitely agree with you in terms of the insecurities as well. And something that we talk a lot about in therapy is something called a shadow. Everyone has a shadow of themselves, and that's a part of you that has felt despondent, has felt less than, has felt disrespected. And it can be from the very first time that you felt that feeling, and it was like, I never want to feel that feeling again. And it's two different types of people. It's those that have a great relationship with that shadow. Those who are not, afraid to talk to the shadow and be like, yeah, I know that this was me back in the day, but I know I've grown and all this other stuff versus someone who doesn't have that healthy relationship. And it's like, I'm trying everything in my power to avoid this person, but while avoiding them, I'm doing certain things that can trigger other people, that can be unhealthy towards other people, to myself and things like that. So it's like, what relationship do you have with that part of you? Like,
that's good. So you're saying, we say healthy relationships require healthy people, but I can't be healthy with you if I'm not first healthy with me.
1,000%.
So the first relationship, since this is relationship 101, the most important relationship, would you agree? Most important relationship, the primary priority relationship that we have is with ourselves.
Yes, but I would say a very important aspect of that is how we kind of grow up. Our parents kind of influence.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree that there are factors that develop that.
100%. But the relationship with yourself, you have to. Because if you got a negative relationship with yourself, you're going to look for a negative relationship in a partner.
Ooh,
if you are healed, if you are healthy.
Boy, I gotta put my glasses on for that. Boy, stop playing with him. Y'all heard what the boy said. Stop playing with him. Oh my God. Mike, say it again, Mike. Say it again. about to say it again.
You gotta have a healthy relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
But a lot of us, man, we just don't know who we are to our core, and we don't know what can actually make us healthy. A lot of people, especially going into relationships, we think, all right, well, I'm sorry, a lot younger people believe in order to have a healthy relationship, we got to spend 24/7 with our partner. And we've seen that on college campuses and high schools. It's like, as soon as we get out of class, I miss you so much. All right, see you next period. Bell ring, and you're coming right back. And it's so much, but it's like, you lose out on a relationship with your friends. You lose out on that desire to miss your partner.
Yeah.
Which is extreme space in a relationship.
Yeah.
One of the healthiest things that you can have.
Yeah.
I need time to miss you. I need time to be by myself. I need time to be with my boys. You need time to be with your girls, with yourself, and with your family as an individual. Make sure their relationships are good. The relationship with yourself, the relationship with others, and the relationship with your partner.
So let's talk there, right? As we like, where we at? All right, cool. We got a little bit of time. What does it look like to begin to build a healthy relationship with ourselves? Because I think, right, to your point, we think relationship and we automatically think from us to something else, right? I'm in a relationship with that person, this person, whatever. I think people rarely remember or know, right? That like it starts like you are in an active relationship with yourself, right? So what are things for you? How would you coach someone to begin understanding a healthy relationship and building a healthy relationship with themselves?
With themselves, I would definitely start with some type of journaling. It doesn't matter what specific topic you go into. It doesn't have to be a certain prompt that you jump into. I think once you begin journaling, say, for example, you do it after 30 days.
Okay.
I think after those 30 days, there should be some type of theme that you are running into constantly that you're seeing after flipping through the pages to say, oh, okay, well, damn, I felt insecure this day about this topic. I felt insecure about that same topic this day. And I felt weird about this topic the next day. It's some type of theme that we are seeing within some of those journal entries. And honestly, a journal was honestly like holding up a mirror to yourself. It's you talking to you. So in order to kind of track and progress your thoughts, that's something that can be extremely helpful for a person. I would definitely say, look at, if you have close family members or close friends that have known you for a while, that have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly sides of you, being able to, how can I put it? I would say asking them about specific things in terms of your relationship with them. What can you do better in that relationship? Is it something that you're kind of lacking in that relationship or in that friendship? I'm sorry. And then seeing how that can how that is impacting you. I would also say, goodness, there's a lot.
Yeah.
I would definitely say
these are good though. I'm taking notes to give y'all. These are good, bro.
I would definitely say, in terms of making sure you're good and you're healthy within yourself, my top 3, I would say sleep, exercise, and diet.
Those are good.
I think those 3 things are the baseline of you improving your mood, of you feeling better, all of those things. If we're not doing that,
So sleep meaning like get some sleep.
As in making sure you're able to identify the amount of hours that you need per night in order to function the next day. So that means when you set your alarm when you go to sleep at night, say, for example, it don't even matter what time you go to sleep. Do not set an alarm and see what time you naturally wake up. If you wake up and you are perfectly fine to actually get up and start your day and not hitting that snooze button or not just laying down in bed for another 20 minutes, that's the amount of time that you need to actually sleep.
Yeah.
Keep that as consistent as possible. Obviously, continue to work out as much as you can, just because all the benefits, health benefits, emotional benefits that can come along with.
Yeah.
And definitely your gut health, man, your diet. A lot of us not watching what we eat and then wondering why we in a bad mood, why we feel so tired, why we don't have any energy, or why we may be a little bit more irritable when we talking to our partner. So I think it's a combination of all of those. Goodness gracious, man. I would say doing some self-reflecting as well. Looking back at your previous relationships with people, with romantic partners, and all of those, and searching for a theme as well, and seeing where you could have improved, see what you said, see where you wish you would have said less and wish you would have said more as well.
I love those, bro. That was good. All right. I'm going to add to your list. I'm going to add to our list, right? Mm-hmm. I think all these are amazing. Mm-hmm. I think sleep, exercise, that. Here's the wrench in the fold, though. Here's the wrench. The wrench is, what if, right, I sleep 4 hours and I'm good. What if I think all of these things you mentioned, like, yes, I think it requires a level of maturity, though. Because what you're asking me to do, to seek feedback, receive and integrate feedback, to reflect within myself, to ask myself questions like, what could I have done differently? Do you know the level of maturity you are asking people to exemplify to do that?
Yeah.
Because if I'm not there, what could I have done differently? Nothing. I should have said this, right? I should have bust all the windows out your car, or right. And so when we become norm to a thing, conditioned to believe that this is our norm, we can also believe that we're good with the norm. So I think the thing that I would add is, and this hits, and this is for everybody, even for people who believe themselves to be I think I'm pretty emotionally aware and emotionally healthy and emotionally intelligent. I think still you have to, I'm adding, not you have to, but I would add, I think you do all of these with an expert. And here is why. Right? Here's why for y'all, because Mike the expert might get it. Here's why. Because what if the people I'm asking, you mentioned about the community I have, what if the community I have is as unhealthy as I am?
No. Then yeah.
So they
definitely have to.
You ain't gonna tell me, bro, that was too much. You might be like, yeah, bro, and do it again tomorrow. Yeah, son, oh yeah, girl. Now let's go scratch this car up.
But see, that's the thing, though. You got to recognize that there's certain behaviors that might make you feel good in that moment, but not later on down the line. And yes, there is a professional piece that is included in that. So all of that I gave you, that is incorporated with making sure that you go and talk to somebody.
Yo, ain't nothing wrong with it. All I'm saying is you go to a doctor for your physical health. We seek out financial analysts for our financial health. We seek out career people, career specialists for our careers. We seek out experts in the field in which we want to thrive, because we recognize we're not an expert in that area. This is going to be hard for y'all to hear. I challenge you to believe this, though. You are not as expert of yourself as you think. And it's okay. It was hard for me to think, because who knows more about me? I live my life. But what if the instructions you've been given, the blueprint you've been given, were wrong? Or not wrong, right? Because people do the best they can. What if it wasn't optimal? Right? What if it weren't optimal? And I would suggest that you are learning yourself. You're living, but you're learning. And you learning. And I just think we learn best with people who help facilitate the learning. Don't look at it as like there's a problem. I'm just going to learn me with someone who can help me in the facilitation of that learning. Like you could teach yourself any subject matter, but probably the better way is to learn under someone who's an expert in that subject matter, right? That's why we go to school. You don't got no problems. Well, maybe you got problems with that, but we don't got no problem with that. That's how we grow. We see someone who knows it. I'm not saying they know you. I'm saying they know the things to ask to help you know you better.
And making sure, damn, that was a good point, bro. And I'll definitely say making sure that you have someone in your corner that's asking you what you could have done differently versus, no, you was right. having them yes men.
Yeah, you got a bunch of yes men
constantly on your side. Nah, bro, I know what I did, and I know why I think it was the right choice. But give me a different perspective. How could I have done it differently? What could I see it? Even if it was
even a little bit.
She did this, and I yelled at her. All right, but did you have to? Like, was there another way that you could have actually expressed your feelings? It's two different perspectives.
Who do you have
to every relationship? It's two people in a relationship. So no matter how much bad one person may have done, two people contributed to the dynamic of that relationship at that point. No matter what has happened.
Yeah.
No matter what.
You need somebody who challenges your perspective. Not challenge you, not check you, but challenges your perspective. Helps you see what you don't see. That's what perspective is. Perspective is I see it from where I sit and the angle I'm standing. But the reality is there are 100 more where people can sit and where they stand on the same thing. And so here's the thing. The ideal would be to get as much or as many different perspectives so you can at least have a better picture of the whole thing. And that helps me understand.
You know who's really good at that too?
Who is this?
Dr. Mason.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Mason will challenge your ass so quickly.
Yeah, it don't matter. You be like, Doc, I did everything right, bro. I promise. I ain't yell. I ain't cuss. I ain't do this. He said, did you breathe? Did you breathe, though? But did you breathe? I did breathe. I had to breathe. How did you breathe? I'd be like this. That was
like,
it.
I challenge you to take a longer exhale.
There it is. There it is. Shout out to Dr. Marcus.
And I'll be like, damn. Yeah, that makes sense.
I did.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Less noisy next time. You're right. You need people to cover you, bro. Yes, this is perspectives, and people like these in your life are important because they cover you to help you not make a moment become a lifetime. Man. Because, bro, like I see it every day. We see it every day. We hear about it in the news. Yep. One bad moment. I was mad and I made a horrible decision that took my life away, that robbed me of time, robbed my kids of time, robbed my family of time, that robbed someone of a life.
Had me searching on the highway for a baby.
And on that note, I think it's about time to wrap this thing up. You about to go search for that highway baby, that ghost baby on the highway.
Gotta look for that.
So listen, a few things we've got, we've covered tonight in this really dope conversation. This has been a dope conversation, bro. We're gonna continue this too.
Yes, part 2 coming up.
We said that healthy relationships start with healthy people.
Yes, sir.
Right? And just because you are used to you live you, don't mean you know you. Experience don't mean expertise, guys. We're learning ourselves as we live, and learning best happens under the guidance of a practitioner who can help facilitate your learning. There is no weakness in learning you. I get it. You live you, but do you know you? Do you?
Step outside that comfort zone too. That's where the real growth happens.
Woo! Get out
that comfort zone.
Get out of that, man. We also talked about the people we have, the examples we have. What if I only know what's been taught me. What if, though, the person who taught me was wrong?
What if they were toxic?
What if they were toxic? What if they taught me what they knew? What if what they knew was toxic? Right? So you have to search, have to be open to shifting.
Yes, sir.
You're not done. You're not done growing. You're not done learning. And the commitment doesn't need to be to this person I am today. The commitment needs to be to the best version of myself.
Yep.
I'm willing to forsake this person I am today if I don't believe he is the best version of me. I'm willing. I let it go. I'm not married to me. I'm married to my best self. And if he's not here today, then we got to do something different tomorrow.
That's a hell of a way to end it right there.
You hear what I'm saying?
Bro, no, I want to shake your hand.
Oh, you want to shake my hand?
I don't even want to give you a dab. Hand on that one.
And back on, you hear me? Yo, man, woo, this was a good conversation. You only get this here at Talk It Out, family. You only get this here at Talk It Out. So don't forget, y'all, listen, man, don't forget, check us out, Minds in Motion. motiontherapy.org. Check us out on the Instagram. We'll make certain that's right up in there somewhere, right there. Check us out. Follow us, like us. Send us questions, send us comments, stuff you want to talk about. Send us topics. You know what I'm saying? You want to get in on this? We got guests. Hey, and I'm not saying we got something big coming up, but I ain't finna tell y'all right now. I ain't finna tell y'all. We working on it. But don't forget y'all. It's a work in progress. But yeah, y'all, we appreciate y'all. We lay off for real, man. Thank y'all for tuning in and talking it out. The podcast where we see you. We hear you.
We got you.
And we got you.
Y'all take it easy.
Peace.